Hey all, so you asked me to give my thoughts on the new Smith & Wesson no-lock classic revolvers. Let's get into it. Now, if you like this content, like, sub, shares, all that good stuff, I really appreciate it. Also down below, coupon codes and merch to help support the channel. I got the camera tilted a little bit just because of the sun, but we're working with it because it's a beautiful day out here. So, a couple days ago, Smith & Wesson announced, and everyone's going nuts over this, that some of their classic line revolvers would now be offered without the internal lock. For those that don't know, the internal lock on Smith & Wesson revolvers is hated by basically everybody. No one, and I mean the buyers or people actually collecting and buying Smith and Wesson revolvers, asked for it. But for some reason it was put on. I won't go into that whole thing because that's a whole nother video. But anyway, some of their classic line will now be offered without the lock. And I'm kind of excited about it, but at the same time, I'm not going to be buying one. At the end of the day, I don't think the lock should have ever been put on, and I certainly would like to see it removed from every single one of their revolvers. But even more important than the lock, I'd like to see Smith & Wesson bump up their quality control. I've done a bunch of videos. I won't go crazy into it, but long story short, their quality control just isn't what it used to be, and frankly, I don't think they're worth the price. I wish they were, because some of their new designs, especially the scandium titanium stuff, really nice designs, and I'd love to have a few of them in my carry rotation. But my thoughts on the no lock is I'm glad they're doing it. I think it'll make it more difficult for collectors because obviously one of the ways to tell a vintage or older, better quality Smith & Wesson is just, well, simply by seeing if it has a lock on it. Now you're going to have to learn dashes and stuff a little bit more just to be able to, know what you're getting is older, if that's what you're looking for. But for most people collecting, that's not terribly hard because pretty much if you're looking for a particular model, you already learn what the dashes are because it's revisions. If it's dash 2, dash 3, dash 4, say a model 19 dash 4, you can go up online and see, what revisions were done to that model at that particular time of its production. But I'm definitely excited to see it. I would hope that they do it with their entire line. I'm not going to be buying anything as one, from the looks of it, the MSRPs, they're not cheap. Smith & Wesson revolvers really have never been particularly cheap, but these models, I don't think they're any more than the lock counterparts, but they're definitely not any less, at least from what I've seen. So my quick thoughts are they're neat. I'm not going to be buying any, but I guess it's a little bit nicer, than having the lock on there. So I'm glad to see them do it. But put down below what you think. Is it something that interests you? Are you going to be running out and buying a new classic no-lock Smith & Wesson revolver? Or is it just kind of meh? But put down below what you think, and have a good day.